We are so epic.
We are
Where
the
do they get-
coolest.
Where do they get pinged by and where? Oh, here.
So beach
My
episode.
music.
I mean, you guys
Yeah,
do have a
I-
beach.
See,
Oh,
I
we
did
do-
say
oh,
that,
we-
right? Because Dust, if we go forward with our plan to adapt this into a webtoon, right,
Yeah.
and that will inevitably have to be adapted into an animated show, right? And when it does, there's going to be beach episodes. We might as well knock it out while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
That being said,
So
I
funny.
don't know if I'm actually going to go
For the
for it.
fans.
There's some
Can we,
plans.
like-
There's some plans in my head.
Do you think we could get Amaya to hold person Kovac and throw him into the ocean?
I'll hold person you right back, bitch.
I will lightning lure that man into the ocean. I can do that.
I'll get you.
You have to catch me first.
Okay.
Holy fuck,
What the
dude,
hell?
cleaning the shit out of this rug. Oh my god, this rug is hot, dude.
Alright, starting up Fantasy Plus, we have music.
Ambiance.
I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great music.
Alright, I'm gonna get up and walk around. Don't worry about mom talking for a while.
Does I kill you?
Yeah, it does. They kill you.
No.
Yeah.
I
Oh
forgot-
no! Don't sound
Wow.
so sad. I feel bad. now.
Wow, you hate Dust and you want him dead.
I actually adore Dust. Dust is great.
But you just said you kill him.
No.
Yo, Dust
Well,
showed up to my
no.
cousin's bat mitzvah and took all the fucking eggs.
Oh, I can't believe this. I changed my mind. Dust is
Wow.
awful.
There we
True.
go.
Fucking guy,
It's
dude.
true.
Cancel him on Twitter
Like I-
this instant.
I
What's
knew
his
you
Twitter?
hated him. I wanted him dead.
Penny,
What's his Twitter?
Give Dust what for. Go on, tell him. Call him mean words on the internet.
Fuck
Yeah.
you, Penny! Fuck you!
I love Penny.
Why?
Don't say that to
can't-
Penny.
You can't say
I'd
that.
die for Penny.
So,
I love Corgi so much, man.
I don't even know if we'll need it this session, but would someone like to give me a recap?
Happy to.
At least deafened. What's up
If
with
no one
that?
else.
Ellie needs to
Said
be a
BRB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And such that they were like, minute, but no, I'm happy to do it if no one else is gonna jump on it. Okay. Last session, we fought Nora in his own his little domain that he's
Love
built. Yeah, he was annoying as shit. He was my worst enemy because I'm a melee ranged marshal and I couldn't hit him worth a damn. Because I can't throw shit that returns to me either. And throughout the course of the fight, you know, he seemed unwilling to actually kill us in his words, but his actions obviously different. Very, very nearly killed Kovak, but in the end we managed to put him down with a sleep spell, thanks to Lil Mappa. And it was a moment from a storybook come to life for the deafened Amaya, who saw firsthand happening in front of her the visions of Kovak being crushed by a boulder playing out, and thanks to her intervention and her divination, was able to save his life. They knocked Nora out and sought some refuge and a place to hold him for however long that'll last, at the, I believe it was the Temple of Ard, on the Isles. And that's where they met. I forget his name. You mentioned it at the very, very end.
Oh, yes, let me find it.
Yeah, and when we put Nora in a empty cell, a bit of detect magic read the words, "You must ask him, what a chain's made of. You have to know," or words to that effect. Part of which was written, I think, in what's the word? Illusory script on the ceiling.
Mhm.
So
Was the name
things to
Alan
think
there?
on.
Yes, you got it.
That's the one. Yeah, questions to think on. and things to ponder on.
I don't remember that last wee bit, so I'm glad that someone recapped it.
I got you.
Absolutely.
I'm here,
And-
sorry.
I thought you were
Yay.
Ellie.
You're good.
You
You just
were
recap. Oh,
Fuck's sake.
And so we will pick up right where we left off. You all are leaving this sort of prison cell. Auntie Kane will try and grab at you verbally, but Alanthale will pull your attention elsewhere. And when you exit the top, he will say, "Oh yes, absolutely. The trials of Ard are quite the precarious thing. They are they are not meant to be challenged so easily. I would recommend that you all take some time before you dive headfirst into them."
come up bleeding. Several wounds on his body. Is like, that is a good idea. I think that is a very good suggestion. Do you have do you have place we can rest?
He will nod very politely and just say, "The temple does not have much space, but if you make your way to the town, there shall be plenty of lodgings for you."
Okay, well, thank you.
Of course.
Is there, anything we need to know about the trials, or is there anything you can tell us?
The trials are a test of your will to overcome your wrongdoings and move past them. They will... Reality itself might alter dependent on what you have and have not done in the past.
Is that good or bad?
Kind of blink. I don't believe that can be quantified. It's just staring at you. Ellie, are you okay? What's happening?
Bro, it won't let me fucking solve the captcha. I'm trying so hard.
What captcha? What are
Such a
you
giggly
talking
fucking
about?
nerd.
The fucking password.
Do you not know the password?
I put in the password. I'm looking at it, and then I type it in, and then it says no. You're running an unauthorized copy of Fantasy Grounds.
Wow.
I'm getting it.
Oh my
Lack of
god.
captcha.
Capture.
If there was
Not
lack of
capture.
captcha, I would not have any issues right now.
You're a robot,
you-
dude. Why can't you figure this out?
Well.
I've got tears in my eyes. That was so fucking funny for no good reason.
I'm here.
Being an ageless.
You
I
made
thought you
us
were
See what, Ellie?
I'm sick.
I'm gonna leave again, and then I'm gonna have to tell the fucking password
That was
for
funny.
15 minutes.
That's up to
And it'll be
you.
all your fucking
We need to
fault.
clip that. That was fucking funny.
He will clear his throat and he will say, "The Trials of Ard are a task to be undertaken by priests that wish to reach their ultimate form of worship. That is not what you are doing, so what you might face will be different than what I have seen. You will have to be wary of what you have destroyed in the past, the people you've hurt, the people you've wronged.
I think Cass
Oh,
is gonna like pale visibly at that. They're just gonna
Kovac does
lower their head.
not look happy about that.
Neither does
Oh, man.
Cuddletooth.
The way my heart dropped when I heard that. Fuck.
He just thinks to himself, oh no, I think he says it out loud actually, and he's like, there you have it. It's not going to be an easy thing then.
He nods. I do not know how difficult it will be.
Shit. It can never be easy, can it?
No.
That would be too easy, Kovac.
Kovac's just going to... you know the kind of, like, laughing that someone does when they are so tired? Like, it's barely a laugh. It's more of an exhale. But it's just nonsensical because you just think about the fact that it's been, what, 2-3 consecutive days, and each day someone's tried to kill him. And he's just then gonna rub his eyes. Okay. Might take a little bit of time to go and rest then, but are we able to come and go? I'd like to speak to the person that we put behind the bars, if that's at all possible.
He will look and he will frown a bit and he will say, the cells, the people within them, from what I have seen, their most powerful weapons are not their daggers and their blades, but their words. I would not recommend you go see them.
Still dying for anyone.
He died.
Just me.
He died.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
No. Has this been happening the whole session?
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
thought it was just me
No
dying.
one said anything. I thought it was me.
I thought it
No,
was
I
me.
thought it was me.
Dude, that's so
Oh
fucking
my
crazy. No,
lord.
okay.
Have I been cutting out?
I just, you are the problem.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
And none of us told you about it because we all thought it was us. Man, we're all introverts. What the hell?
Because I kind of got the gist of what you were saying, so I thought it was fine.
Lack
Yeah,
of
me too.
communication.
Lack of communication.
Lack of
Oh, this
connection.
We're off to a great. We are off to the best start possible right now.
Fantastic start right now.
Oh, this is so funny.
Why is my mic doing that? My internet's fine. I'm literally plugged into the Ethernet. Maybe it's because I'm swapping between applications. It doesn't like that very much. Alright.
The best part about it is that now that you've acknowledged it, it's going to be fine until we get into the groove of things, and then it'll start up again.
Hold on. I'm just gonna say something. I'm just gonna like ba 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 ba. Tell me if it fucks up. Like ba 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 ba.
Sounds
No.
good.
You're good.
I hate
It's still
everything
ba-ba-bang.
ever. I
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
hate everything ever. Well, he will frown at that Kovac and shake his head, and say, the strongest weapons of the peoples in those cages are not their daggers or their blades, but their words. It seems this one has even had a personal connection to you lot, which makes it even worse. If you wish to speak, I will accompany you, but know that your presence might only make things worse.
Okay, fair enough. But it's just mainly clarifying questions, I think. Just making sure that I'm getting my ducks in the row, as the saying goes. But
If you can tell me what you would like to be asked of him, I can do so.
it wasn't like confirmed that the guy that was running around saying they gotta do the trials was Nora, right? Like he doesn't know
It was
that
relatively
for sure. This
confirmed.
guy? Okay. Well, I think for peace of mind, he's going to say. I mean, the most biting question I guess I had was if he was the one if he was the one running around saying, you must complete trials." Because I think it was him, but I also don't want to assume because you know what they say about assumptions.
You don't do it.
What
Well,
do they say about something?
They say you don't do it.
It's a little bit inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Anyone that would like can make me just a general arcana check really quick. Crackletooth,
Yeah,
you
fuck it.
have...
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
-2.
You have advantage, Crackletooth.
-2. A -1.
You have advantage, Crackletooth.
I will do it
Okay,
for the
let me roll
fun.
again.
Okay.
Okay.
So I believe that is Crackletooth and Mop. You're kind of thinking about like why, like what, like mentally what's going on with Nelra. I think like with Crackletooth, you are kind of concerned about that charm effect and what it actually means for everything that he said up to this point, whether or not he managed to break free of that, whether or not, you know, he still is charmed. You're under the assumption that he is, and I think Mop with a 20, you're relatively certain he is still very charmed. You think that if you went to talk to him, it is very likely that he would try and escape somehow, or he would purposely answer your question incorrectly to fuck you over.
Great. Awesome. Cool.
What? Yes.
What, did you not hear that, Chester?
I might have lost something because Penny came in. What's up?
Oh, no, you're all good. Dust was basically just like, yeah, you're fairly certain that if you guys, like us, went to go talk to him, he'd probably, like, he'd still be heavily under the charm, and he'd probably, like, lie to us or try to fuck us over.
Okay. Well, shit. I relay this to the party. Yes.
With using the exact words "fuck us over."
No, I don't use fuck. Who do you think I am?
I retract "fuck." No, but yeah, Kovac's then gonna sort of just furrow his brows and sigh very tiredly. It's probably a good thing that you offered to speak to him. Then he says to the. I assumed he was a priest. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He's a priest. He's a veil over his face.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to, just nod to the priest and say yes. Okay, then probably best to go talk to him. But I just want to know if he was the one going around yelling about it, because again, I'm 99% sure, but I don't want to be the fool that fell for the 1%.
From
I
what...
want to know how I got all those traps set up.
That would be
Just snort a
interesting.
wee bit.
I can confirm that he was the one doing that.
Oh. I mean, that solves it then. Probably don't need to ask.
Yes, I was near the island when
Okay.
it happened, so...
Changes things then. But, I know that, we've already asked a little bit of, keeping him in there and everything, but if it's okay, I'm going to be selfish and ask something else. Just keep an eye on him. He's slippery, extremely.
For the past, I want to say 2 months, We've managed to keep a hag in here. I promise you, we will keep track of this one as well.
You're amazing. Thank you. And he's going to sort of subconsciously stick his hand out to the blind priest to shake his hand, and he's not going to realize until about like a couple seconds, and then he's going to go to retract his hand and be like, "Oh, sorry, I forgot that." Anyway,
You are
he's gonna look to the others.
Cass just winces a little bit.
Yeah, and then like visibly cringes. He's just like,
Kirk just gives Kovak a thumbs up.
and yeah, and he's going to look to the party, see if they want to get the fuck out of here and go find some lodgings.
You're...
I could
I'm
go
ready
for
for
a
a
nice
nap.
sandwich. You're telling me, Tooth. You're telling me. That's not mom. You talking. That's. Just.
I thought you had the subway.
No, I don't want a sandwich. I want a nap.
Oh, okay.
Way around here.
Well, first world problems, I'm
What
sure.
the hell is this Subway?
so funny.
Odd.
Well,
Meat on stick.
you will begin to travel southward, making your way to the temple town, passing by various wheat fields. None of the priests really pay you any mind, necessarily. They all seem relatively uninterested. Upon entering town, there are a few stationary buildings. There is an inn that appears to be somewhat self-serving. You can very easily find a room.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
gonna go for that one. And be like, I'm like, hey, what's up? No, yeah, go for that one probably. Try and like direct the body towards it. Because your self-service, that's great, you know?
Yeah.
To be able to just check in and not have to be seen by like 40 million people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. So you shall.
GG.
And it is at this point that I open up to you all. The entire Isle of Ard is yours to explore. You have an inn. Suppose, what are you doing in preparation or just in rest for the trials?
Burn it down. I'm joking.
Okay.
Oh,
I
that's
did
crazy.
that one time!
That's crazy. No, I will leave the floor open to these guys. If not, I do have an idea in mind, but I am happy to fall back. Because anyone else has anything they want to jump on.
I
What
want
time
to
of
find
the
a
day
hot
is it?
spring.
Oh, a hot spring would be class, actually. What's
What's
the time of day currently?
It could be any time of day. I'm gonna say like your resting is gonna take place over one full day.
Yeah.
That way when you guys end up going in, Captain Sidarna isn't too far out.
Okay. I think I'll leave it like nearing the end possibly, but I want Cass to because like they're not in the caravan at the minute, so they can't talk to the statue, but I do want them to like go off at night maybe, try to find like a spot to see the moon or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not gonna do that now, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because I want to do that before the trials. I think it would make sense for Cass to try and look for guidance, at least because the talk of what the priest had said has scared them a bit. Because they've hurt a lot of people, not willingly.
Absolutely. Well, we can do that now, if you would like.
I mean, I don't mind.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Ah!
Later in the night, Cassian will. I don't know if you're necessarily sneaking off, but you will go off, finding one of the beachside docks. Many of the priests, if not all of them, have gone to bed. The moon is in the sky. Let's see. 3. One moment. Let me pull up the document.
Hello?
La Documente.
The document.
I need to pull up Le Documente.
Oh, they're dying.
There we go. It's
You need to stop
I
doing
do. That was not intentional. It just
Hello?
slipped.
Motherfucker, you have me doing it as well now.
It's spreading. It spread.
hello.
I was in the kitchen doing the dishes the other day and I just went skibbity and my sister just looked at me like I grew 5 heads.
Mm, Good.
So, as of
No.
now, it is a waxing gibbous tonight. You sit on the docks.
Ooh, okay.
Look up to the stars in the sky. The moon hangs directly above you, reflecting off of the water. What do you say? Or do?
I'm trying to find the thing I wrote. I'm gonna impromptu it a wee bit because there's a couple of things I want to like throw in given what
Mm-hmm.
happened recently. I think they're gonna like look around to make sure that nobody like followed them. Like not necessarily because they don't want people to follow them, more so because they just don't want someone to walk past and see them just randomly talking to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll like gather their nerves a wee bit. It's been a while since I tried speaking with you. I think the last time was... They're gonna like frown for a wee moment as they're just trying to recall 5 months ago, I think. I've been drawing you based off what I felt you could have looked like, even though I've never seen you in person. I would have said this back in where the scribe, has the statue of you. But they're gonna like just gesture around themselves like a wee bit. But we're here. You always brought me and others a feeling of safety when I first found out about you. When I began practicing your faith. I remember when the Exarch, when he held his talks about you, and the books I read. There was quite a lot of stories about you, wasn't there?
Sorry.
So many that people could read and learn about you. Yes, that's why I was so shocked when I found out that you were... dying. I didn't realize it had been happening for so long. Thought that you were okay and that you were thriving. I'm sorry that I didn't realize until now. I'm sorry that you've gotten like this. And I hope that you aren't in any pain. But regardless, we're here now, and I know that something is wrong. And me and, well, I think some of the others, we're gonna do everything in our power to help you. I think for a moment they're gonna just like suck in like a really shaky breath as they're like just wringing their hands together, trying to form the words. You brought me back for a purpose that I don't know of, and I could have stayed dead since that day. But you didn't allow that to happen. I wonder if it's because you needed help. I ended up here for a reason, right? And surely it's help you. I'll do everything I can to find out what's happening to you, and we'll figure it out and we'll fix it. Truth be told, I feel terrible that we haven't really made much progress. It's been quite a while since this has all started. Part of me wonders if, like, maybe we could have done more to try and figure it out, but the scribe says that you can't reach out to him, or he can't reach out to you. Actually, I don't even know if you can even hear me talking right now, and I don't know if that's supposed to make me feel better. I am terrified of the thought of you being gone. You brought my family a lot of peace back when they were around. And I know that they would be just as dedicated to trying to help you as I'm trying to be. I won't stop until you're okay again, because I think it's the least I can do for what you have done for me and for others. And I think the cast is going to just stand up and like sort of wipe at their face a wee bit. I doubt that you can hear me right now. Part of me feels like I should have waited to say the statue, but I don't know what's gonna happen in the next few days. I'm not saying that I'm going to die. That would that would undo what you've done for me. But if you can hear me, we're going to try and do what we can to bring you back, to help you. I hope you know that, at least.
Can you make a D100 roll for me?
I just read side chat. Fuck you. Fuck you, Sam.
Of course.
Yo!
No!
Let's go!
Wonderful. Let me check something. That's above a 70.
You could even say, Dust, that it's nice.
I am going to reduce your concordance and add it to this.
Oh.
Let's see. I need to pull up another document now.
Ooh.
Did I
You're gonna get a
unlock
vision. You're gonna get a
secret
vision. Yeah.
cutscene?
You're gonna get the Wonder Vision or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
oh.
Marvel, please don't do.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Hmm? What?
Oh, they all went. I just, I'm just looking at the thing. I thought it was like, how much was it before? It says 0 now.
Yeah, it was at 5.
Oh, the concordance.
I reduce it.
Yeah.
I reduce
was
it depending on what you asked
5.
for. The lowest I reduce it for is 5.
Okay.
So, like, if you had 20, it would just go to 15 instead. Can you roll me a...
I apologize,
D-
by the way, if that went on too long.
Okay. No, it didn't at all. Can you roll
Oh,
me a
okay.
D10? Oh?
Yeah, repeat that and just.
He died for everyone else? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you roll
repeat
me
that really quickly.
a
You cut out.
D10?
D10. Okay.
7. Wonderful. You wipe at your face to get the tears off of your cheeks, and as your gaze moves from the sky above downward to the ocean, it's very calm right now. You can see the reflection of the moon within it. As you gaze down into the water, you see a figure for a moment. You see somebody clad in armor. It looks miscellaneous. The armor doesn't look important. You see them launching magic from their hands, pulling out a shield, blocking. They're fighting something. And they have a shit-eating grin on their face while they're doing it. And after a moment, they stop and become more silhouetted. And they almost look at you. You can't see their eyes, they are a silhouette. But it looks as if they are facing towards you. And they reach their hand out. But it does not break the surface of the water. Do you do anything in this moment?
I think they're like watching with like obviously surprise. I think the most that they're gonna do is they're like slowly moving down to like kneeling, like near the edge. But they're kneeling down and they're just watching. Moving slow because they feel like any fast movements is gonna, make whatever's happening stop, and they're just curious to see what's gonna happen.
Their hand, almost pressing against the surface of the water, begins to extend slightly, as if reaching for yours. But it does not break the surface.
Oh, chat, do I reach into the spooky water?
Yes.
Yes.
When DM
Okay.
gives you plot hook, you take it.
Honestly, yeah. Against their better judgment, they're gonna like reach down towards it.
Your hand will not hit, that's the wrong word. Your hand will press against the surface of the water in their silvery reflection, and it will begin to warble from the ripples of your hand touching it, and the shape will distort and form into something else. You will I need to make sure I was correct in my numbers. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. You will watch as your ring finger on your right hand. If not, are you using your left or right hand?
Right hand.
Yeah, your ring finger. You will watch as the hand that is pressing against yours will fold all of their fingers in except for the ring. And the hand will begin to form into a different shape. It appears to be a weapon of some kind, a blade pointed at the end, running all the way down to a slight curve at the bottom with a beautiful ornate handle depicting the phase of the moon. And you'll watch as the moon reflective.
Did he die again, or is it me?
Please! Please!
Yeah.
I think it's just safe to assume that if he dies, just say something.
Okay, sorry.
What'd you last hear?
Weapon?
What did you last hear?
Blade facing downward.
Yeah. There is a blade with a that goes wide near the handle that curves upward into a tip. It is long, about 10 feet long. It's massive.
Oh.
The handle is a curved shape depicting a phase of the moon, a crescent of some kind. And you feel you hold the weapon in your hands. You can't pull it out, but you could feel the handle. And you watch as the moon itself in the reflection will change to a city. From a top-down perspective, an ocean to the left, a bay with thorns running long and wide, a forest, a hole in the earth, a terrible wound, and a large open city beneath it. Make me... What would be a good map check? Survival? Survival? Yeah, survival, I think.
Okay.
Perfectly fine. I am going to bring us very briefly to the map of of Falana, which is spelled wrong.
Ooh.
And it kills me.
Map of na.
You
I
holding
haven't seen this map in a while.
holding this weapon, you recognize, you've seen the map before at some point or another. You recognize the Bay of Thorns, the wound, the city of Dacia beneath it, the skittering woods. You know where this is. I will.
Oh.
I'm gonna do a little shapey shape here. Graphic design is my passion. There you go. I
Oh,
lied.
okay.
We're doing this instead. But you recognize where it is. And then, after a brief moment, the shape, the reflection will distort and warp until it is this figure again. And they will hold a hand straight out to the side and give you a cocky little thumbs up. And then they will disappear.
I think Cass is gonna just stare for a few moments, like kind of in shock, I guess. Trying to like piece together what they had just seen. All that they know is that it looks familiar, right? Like they recognize the place.
You've never been there, but you remember seeing it on a map.
Okay. I think Cass is gonna, like... They're not the best at remembering things, but
Thank you
they're,
so
like,
much, Cookus.
absolutely ingraining this, like, into their brain, because, I think, like, after the, like, initial shock is over, their brain is just running as they're, like, thinking about their next step. They're gonna stand up, and after staring at the water for a wee bit, you know, just to see if something else was going to happen, they're gonna look up to the moon, and they're gonna give, like, this sort of, like, emotional, like, sort of smile. And I think they're gonna start heading back as they're just, like, thinking about, because I think they're gonna tell the other party members about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the big thing that's going through their mind at the minute is that this is, like, you know, I guess, like, the closest thing that they have to, like, maybe potentially figuring out what's happening with Lunanora. And then, of course, there's the general, like, moment of maybe she actually did hear me and she knows that we're going to help, and I think that's enough of a motivator for them to start running back to, you know, the inn.
Of course. What? Are any of you doing anything else?
I kind of want to do just one thing for Amaya, methinks. I think in a sort of similar tangent, but without any sort of time constraint, I think Amaya is also going to kind of go off separate from the party as well. She's going to go somewhere quiet, somewhere where she knows that she's not going to be bothered. Though if someone wants to go find her and initiate conversation, they can if they want, but I think she's gonna go sit somewhere quiet, and she wants to cast Spirit Guardians because she actually wants to see if what happened, what she saw in that whole, I guess, sort of time loop with Kobach was actually happening.
You will cast Spirit Guardians. These chains will wrap around you, trying to grab at things coming close to you, though there is nothing there. They will move around you almost in an orbit of some kind. And you will get closer to them, sort of narrowing your eyes and, well, I guess, I don't know about narrowing, they're closed, but, you know. Inspecting them to the best of your ability. I feel like... Do I want you to make a check here? No. I don't think I do. They are golden, like before. They were golden back then, too. But they almost seem... they seem a bit desaturated. You reach out and touch one, grabbing it, and you notice the golden color has faded somewhat, and there are small, almost unnoticeable cracks running through the chain links.
Okay, quick question. What do the surroundings of the Isles of Ard actually look like?
Like everything outside of the Isle of Ard, or the Isle of Ard itself?
The Ard itself. Like, if I had Amaya go off and she was kind of alone and just doing her own thing, what would the area around her look like?
Massive farmland. Just farmland as far as the eye can see. Wheat fields, maybe some carrots, maybe some livestock. Just a ton of farms.
Okay. There's nothing really. A part of her wants to try and grab something, but there isn't exactly anything to grab. She's gonna just go up to the chains, inspect them a little, and pick just a random chain link. One with or without cracks does not matter.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just gonna put a bit of pressure on it.
There will be this almost kind of like this whining of the chains as you begin to put pressure on it. You have to put a lot until the whining starts, but once it does start, it becomes apparent as the metal begins to bend, almost as if rusted over slightly. It becomes brittle and begins to fall apart just a little bit.
She's gonna look at the chains. She's gonna see that they're still gold, but not golden enough. And she's just going to frown a bit. Look between the chains. I imagine her as well looking at the wings. Are the wings still on her back?
I don't know how long it lasts. They would have probably gone by now. But you can easily bring them back.
Mm-hmm. No, I think she'll probably hold off. Actually, no, I lied. Yeah, she's gonna summon those wings again.
Gotcha.
She'll see the wings summon this sort of silver coursing through her back, and she's gonna look at the gold and the back of the silver and the gold, and she's gonna be doing that for a bit, and then she's just gonna dismiss the chains, and then she's gonna be back to her thoughts again. And I think for her, she's just confused. This mix of confusion and a bit of irritation is coursing through her, and she's just thinking, oh, these wings are silver. My magic's gold. This does not make any sense. She has this sort of sense of not reflection, but she doesn't know what to make of this, and it's irritating her a lot, actually. She's gonna glance back at the wings, and then she's just gonna get even more irritated and dismiss those as well. And then I think honestly she'll probably just go for a walk. That's it. Just like literally 5 minutes of her just self-reflecting and being asshole Maya.
Of course. And then you will walk about. Anyone else?
Where am I?
You could be anywhere on the Isle of Ard. Right now, you guys went to an inn, but Amaya went to a field, and Cassian went to a dockside.
You want to be in the inn with me?
Yeah. I guess Craggletooth isn't with us, is she?
She can be.
She'll probably stick in the end. So.
And Mop will gently go up to the inn owner. Excuse me?
Oh, it was a self-serve. There's nobody there.
A self-serve inn? What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah, they work in the owner system. But, like, it's like those unmanned fruit stalls on the side of the road when you're like traveling through countryside. They use the honor system.
I don't
like
have.
They're just like, we're sure you're gonna pay for it. We hope you will.
We don't have those fruit stalls in my country. We just have nail boards. Anyways, so. I guess I just asked. I guess is there a local? Is somebody local around here, man?
Sure. a lot of people are distant, but every now and again you can find someone that looks similar to the veiled priest that you have met before, or they aren't directly trying to avoid you.
Okay. Wait, excuse me. And I'll
Mhm.
yeah, one of the priests. Any one of the veiled priests.
How can I help?
Excuse me, I've never been to the Isle of Ard before. Do you have any, like, do you have any hot springs or spas or anything?
Yes, I believe so. If you go just down that way, I think there should be some.
Thank you very much.
I will nod.
Yes, thank you. And Mop will walk away before she turns around and say, "Have a good rest of your day," and we'll go back to Kobok.
As for Kobok, I don't know how viable it is, right? But do you think he might have been able to find some sort of like a, I guess, a string instrument? More particularly something that's like a lute or a guitar or
Yeah,
something.
you probably a
akin to
guitar.
that. I think in his downtime, while he's bandaged himself up and everything from all the, attempts to stab him to death. Thank you, Nora.
Mm-hmm.
I just double checked my inventory and I was confused why I had 4 rapiers and it all made sense. But no, he's going to be sort of sat just idly in the in one of the corners of the inn, probably like the more common area, I guess. Like I think of it as a hostel of some sort. Like you have share rooms, and then you have like those sort of common areas, and he's just sort of sat in one of the back corners. And I don't have proficiency with any string instrument, but I still like to think in terms of his story that he's holding it with a bit of like a familiarity, kind of just running his fingers along it to see if he can remind himself of what he's doing. Gauntlet's off, obviously, because he's not an animal. He's not going to punch a hole through it. But while he's doing that, he's going to have a look over to Maup, or tell your Maup, and just give them like a little smile.
When everyone gets back, you wanna go on a group spa trip. They might do manis,
Yep.
they might do petties.
They have spa here?
They have a spa. It's just down the 20. It's just down the road.
Oh, I wasn't aware.
Maybe someone can help you get all the knots out of your back. You know?
He just sort of raises an eyebrow. Well, not like in a way that's like upset, but in a way that's kind of like amused. You think that'll help?
A little bit. I mean, some old scholars from a long time ago used to say that most of the stress just builds up in your body, and sometimes you gotta let it out. I guess, I don't know.
And looks off into the middle distance. Like he's genuinely considering it as Mo's talking. Like he's still listening, but he's just staring off.
For Mop
And it
to
is
say
definitely-
something so matter of fact and then end with, I don't know. It really just kills me. I guess, I don't know. What am I saying?
I love Mop, dude. Top 10.
Yes.
Well, more or less just a way to get Amaya to, just kind of take it easy and get a crack of tooth, just to maybe dip her toe in a bath. I'm not sure.
As long as they don't use soap, I guess.
Yeah, they more than likely don't use soap. It's probably just very hot water.
But no, I can see value in that. You know, I can ask them when they get here, but
Sad.
we'll see. I don't know. Amaya doesn't really strike me as the spa type, but
Says
I've
my
been surprised before.
my scales are going an off-white color. Mop will point to her very muddy scales.
Yeah, she's been through it actually.
Yeah, very muddy.
Poor
Little bit of
girl.
blood. She looks like
Yeah.
a tie-dye of just brown and red.
Oh.
What?
Do you think? Do you think they will also like? Do you think they'll also launder at a garment?
Possibly. Otherwise, we can do it here. We have the means to do so magically.
Hi,
That is possible,
well.
yes.
Hi,
I
hi.
think
That's
I do.
correct, but-
Hang on, do I have that equipped?
If anyone would mop, it would be you. I'm sure.
I actually don't have prestidigitation.
Hey, that's fine. You have
I
mop
do.
as a character, but yeah, and he kind of gives a smile to mop and says, "But no, I think that might be good. It's been a rough few days,
Okay,
but
I'll wait
you
for
don't need
everyone
me
to
to tell you that."
I'll wait for everyone to get back and we'll head out.
Okay, sounds good.
Spa day, let's go.
All day!
And does Mop leave the conversation after that, or does Mop stick around?
Mop sticks around.
Okay. And once Kovac's sort of done familiarizing himself with like the finger placement on the tabs and everything, you know, gives a few plucks and a couple of strums. Obviously, you know, for a multitude of reasons, including but not limited to A, I don't have an acoustic guitar and a very good microphone, and B, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. You're not gonna be hearing it on stream, probably not. But he's going to play a sort of a slower rendition of the Crane Wives, The Moon Will Sing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yo.
I have a guitar, but I can't play it very well yet.
Yet you will, but
Yeah. Wait until the cast
Yeah.
sees Kovac playing it, and then they're also going to be playing guitar with him.
yeah, he just idly sort of plays the notes much slower than the actual song itself, and you know, kind of just refamiliarizing himself with it. And as he's doing so, if Mob looks at him, he's kind of, he looks like he's very much like in thought, not so much focused, but he's thinking while he's doing this. It's, you know, he's tapping into a like muscle memory to help him do it without having to focus too much, but he's still very deeply in thought.
I think as like you start playing, that's when Crackletooth will come down from like the room, and she'll kind of like she understands the shall we say sanctity when someone's playing music, so she'll just kind of like, her eyes will like widen as she sees Kovac, and then she'll slide into a seat nearby and just kind of listen, and after a few moments then she'll like start inspecting her gloves, and when she sees a couple tears here and there, she'll carefully take them off and just pull out a little needle and thread and start mending up a couple of tears.
I went ahead, by the way, Shasta. For some reason, Instinctive Charm, one of your most powerful abilities, was not on your character sheet. I have added it.
What? Huh? What do you mean it wasn't in my character sheet? That sucks.
It just didn't add for some reason when you
And at
leveled
6th
up.
level, when a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll against me. For the attack.
Yeah, no, we mentioned it offhandedly. I remember we talked about it with Kiana, but it wasn't on your what's it called?
Oh.
Your actual sheet itself, and that's why
Yeah.
you were looking at me like I'm stupid.
This is one of the most terrifying abilities I've ever seen because it's unlimited uses.
Yeah.
Meaning you can basically walk into a room, and if you have a high enough DC, people cannot kill you they will just start killing each other because you are there.
That's the most mop ability humanly possible.
Yeah. It's at, like,
Me when I see the
imagine...
kobold of rage and despair.
Like, Massadir Maldor must have been terrifying, because he, like, if he was like, alright, fine, I'll fucking take care of this, he would walk into a field of soldiers, and as they would try and hit him, they would slit their comrades' throats. And then he would just
My God.
live! Like, they can't do anything!
He's
That's awful,
untouchable.
actually.
It's a crazy
Oh, that's
spell.
horrendous. I love it.
That's so
Crazy
funny.
spell. But yeah.
Parago 2, you want to go swimming?
Like in the ocean?
More like a very warm indoor pool. And also the pool is kind of small.
She gets kind of like a confused look on her face at the words, quote, indoor pool. And it's not a hard leap of logic to assume that this is the first time that Craggletooth has heard those two words in conjunction together. She kind of tilts her head. Okay, is this like a normal thing that people do, or?
Yes.
You hesitated.
I only hesitated because, obviously you've never done it before, so it must, don't do it a lot.
Well, to be fair, Mom, I wouldn't exactly consider myself, and she does air quotes, normal.
Well, normal is whatever you make it.
Cool.
So you want to go swimming? But not swimming?
Sure.
But swimming also?
Sure.
Okay. Then we just wait for the other two to come back and we'll head out.
I think at that moment Cass gets back.
You speak of the devil.
I
What?
just did one more.
Where?
It's
No,
just
it's-
it's a turn of expression.
Yeah, it's
Hey.
expression. It's not literal.
You speak of the devil and he will appear, but also it's just if you just speak of somebody, they will
Why
also
are you
sometimes
calling
appear.
Kathleen? Okay.
It's more like, again, it's just a turn of phrase.
Oh, you
Weird
guys were
phrase, but
talking
okay.
about me?
We're talking about gathering up everybody and going to a spa.
Their head like tilts to the side. They have one here?
Yes.
Oh.
Which, for your information, see, Kovak is probably still like idly playing the tune on the guitar.
Maybe you got some you got some achy muscles and they'll squeeze them out of you. And
Oh.
everybody can just relax, right? We've been through the ringer, as it were. So we're gonna just take it easy today.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can grab some dinner before we go.
I think it's like they're talking to Mop and Mop's explaining it. I think they have noticed Kovak playing the guitar and like their eyes like brighten for a moment, but they're not gonna say anything because they don't really want to start going going autistic as it were and being like, oh, I can play guitar too. They're just gonna let Kovak get on with it, but they are like kind of like happy that someone else knows how to play.
Yeah, I was gonna say he doesn't want to be like autistic in the sense of man, that's so cool. That's like rambling about everything.
Yeah,
I get
no,
that.
Cass is like just a masking that at the minute, but they they rip their gaze away from like the guitar, and they're gonna look to Mop. I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I don't necessarily think I have sore muscles.
What?
Do you even have muscles?
I do.
And I will cast Sunday.
I was going to be honest, I didn't realize I had bones until my leg broke earlier.
No one
I
has
guess-
bones until proven otherwise.
I guess sending?
I cast sending to Omaya.
Oh, okay. What do you say to Amaya?
I say, "Hey, Amaya, it's Mop. But you knew that we're going to a spa. Please come with us. XOXO Mop."
Does Mop say this out loud?
No, sending is non-verbal.
Right, okay.
Yeah. How do you respond, if at all, Amaya?
Oh no!
Oh,
doesn't.
White.
She must not have got it, and I'll send it again.
You'll send it again?
No.
I was gonna say, I mean, we are probably gonna take another long rest before we go. So hey,
I'll use sending again.
Okay.
Hey, I wasn't sure you got my last message, but we're at the inn. See you at the spa. Is it 20 words or 25 words?
25.
25.
25.
Down the road.
Oh, that's why you're talking. Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was like for a
Yeah.
bit, and then I realized you're counting the words. Okay.
I was gonna say, just talking about what Mob is saying while counting on their fingers.
Yes.
Oh.
no, I would do the exact same thing.
The
Yeah.
party
just
just
did.
mock associate and they just start counting. Okay. Imagine I roll another one. Okay. You'll get a response. It's just a one-word response, and it's just, all right.
Yes.
Um,
And there goes both of my third spells.
Well, you'll get them back. Don't worry.
It's alright.
I think probably like, probably a few minutes later-ish. I don't know how far I went from the inn. X a lot of time later, Amaya shows up.
Yeah.
And then they.
I was all here.
Yeah,
I'm all
I'm
here.
assuming. Yeah, they probably meet them at the spa, right?
Probably.
Yeah. She's gonna look at Mop though, and she's like, "Don't cast sending twice. What's wrong with you?"
I was just worried that you didn't quite get the message I sent you, or you didn't understand it, or maybe something went wrong, or perhaps maybe you just thought that I was inviting you out of obligation, or perhaps you thought that I didn't like you, or perhaps that maybe we weren't friends.
don't.
Or
Okay, stop talking. Stop talking. She's gonna pinch her eyebrows.
I need someone to
I
clip
was on
that.
my way.
I love that.
Yes.
I can clip it.
I was just on my way. She's not gonna say anything. It just don't use so many spells like that in a tangent. You need these. You all
Amaya.
visit after a while.
I have something very
Yes.
important to ask you. And Mop will gingerly take Amaya's hand.
Oh,
What is your favorite color?
what?
What is your favorite color?
I don't have one. Why?
I
You
want
don't
to
have
know
a
what
favorite
color.
color?
I want to know what color to get my nails painted.
I don't get your nails painted a color that I would like. Besides, I do not have a favorite color.
I do not have a color.
Oh, my
You
favorite
don't have
color
a
is
favorite
blue.
color?
No.
Oh, come on, everybody has a favorite color, right? I'll
You
use
have a
detect
color-
thoughts. I'll use detect thoughts on Amaya.
Okay. Okay.
wisdom save.
No, well, wait. Before
I-
that, what are the base thoughts?
Oof.
What are your surface thoughts?
Um,
What are you thinking right now?
What am I? She's just thinking, what are, why are these people so emotional?
Alright. Now make a wisdom saving throw. You have to beat a 16.
Okay.
You're quite
Oh,
good at
that's
these.
so fucking funny.
Wisdom save, I have to beat a 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
Or you could just,
I have
or
to
you just
roll
let it
really-
happen. It's up to you.
No.
sorry.
You will feel something like sort of breach into the back of your mind as Mop is looking at you, and then you will shake your head and dissuade it.
I just wanted to know what your favorite color was. Maybe you had one and you just didn't know it.
I would know what my favorite color is, though, wouldn't I, Mop?
Sometimes you feel sometimes you feel things that you know about yourself before you know them, you know?
And she doesn't respond. She just kind of like gives Mop a look, like a raised eyebrow. She's not judging. She's just kind of like,
Okay.
You know,
you don't even have to have a favorite color. You just pick one out.
do-
And Mop will take her hand and lead her on the way to the spa.
oh, okay. Maya's given up.
Traveltooth
Okay.
is giggling just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little snicker.
Crackletooth, what's your favorite color?
Oh, the snicker is gone.
Oh.
She like flicks an ear. I like yellow.
Yellow's a good color.
It's
very-
color.
It's a very lovely bright. It's the color of intellect is a word. And Mop is just gonna keep going and going on the way to the spa, just about
Mhm.
people's different favorite colors.
What's your
As
favorite
a
color,
college.
Mop?
So I'll get Crackletooth's favorite color on my nails. Crackletooth will get Amaya's. Amaya will get Kovok's favorite color, and Kovok will get Cassie's favorite color.
No, I'm not getting my nails done.
I'm not blind on either.
Oh,
What do you mean done?
they like paint your nails.
Why would you?
I don't know if...
I don't think they do either. I know they probably don't, but I'll just assume they do.
Which is funny.
No, like-
It's terribly funny. I just need you to know that they definitely don't do that.
For the record, I wouldn't mind painting my nails if it was any other point in time, but unfortunately, I'm a little too stressed to consider it. But
Yeah.
When are you gonna paint them black,
I
little
mean-
boy?
I see a red dot and I want it painted black. DMC, don't come to me. But
Get his ass.
Digital Millennium copyright. No, but I think, yeah, Kovok means that. It's like, I mean, when
So-
everything is, if everything ever gets finished and we're all okay and there's no more, treason, then I'll let you paint my nails.
That'd be
Okay.
nice. Not the nail painting, but the,
Being free of
The not treason thing.
persecution.
Okay, but
Hmm.
you'll all get massages if they have that.
ugh. Mop, I don't really
Okay.
want people I don't know to be touching me.
They're
I'm
professional.
just going to. I'm going to keep.
Yeah, but-
Keep an eye on mine. I got to make sure he's not. He's not Sahuagin.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean?
They tried to kill him, dude.
Oh, I
Fish
forgot
people.
what a Sahuagin was.
And then they tried
You
to
thought
fucking
Kovok
kill
was
him on
being
the.
racist.
What the hell? No.
Yeah, I thought he was fucking racist. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You guys are freaks.
I'm sorry.
I didn't do anything.
All right, what's
Okay,
the
well.
ball look like, Dust?
Huh?
What's the
What's the
spa
spa
look
look
like?
It is probably just a
on.
standard hot spring. Don't you dare!
Oh hell yeah.
There's
Go
just
on,
like,
Dungeon Master. Master the dungeon.
this ain't a dungeon, it's a beach.
I think it is.
There are a few sort of wooden gazebos out here, some walkways, a lot of rocks. There is a small bit where the water from the ocean appears to go inward, down a small waterfall into 3 separate pools with some heated rocks at the bottom of it, making the spa.
Ooh.
Oh
There's
shoot,
some-
there's
Some
no
steam-
staff.
Yeah, there's nobody here.
Cool.
Is there anyone else around, or is it just us?
Nope, it's only you. It's late at night. This is after.
Oh, it is at night!
Yeah, this is after Cassian came back. It's like fucking 1 a.m, basically.
Never mind, okay.
That's
I
time
got
for
it.
hot tub time.
Naughty.
Honestly, yeah.
Okay, it's hot tub time.
Do we just go, or...
I mean, there's not really anybody else here. I guess we're gonna have to take a rain check on the massages, unfortunately.
This,
Cass breathes out a sigh of relief.
It's like in we don't have
Just-
to deal with people. We just pay as we go,
Mm.
which I am very, very happy about because. And it doesn't sound like that when he exhales, but I thought it was funny.
Oh, fuck, you've been through it, bud.
Oh god, you don't even know the half of it, man. But yeah, and I think genuinely he's going to like remove the splint armor so that he's wearing his underclothes, like a short sleeved linen kind of shirt and the type of. It's like what's the word? Is it trousers that people usually
Yeah.
wore when they were like on ships?
Yeah.
Might says.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. And he's gonna do away with his boots just for a little bit. I think just for a little while, he's just gonna sit out on the sand a little bit away from any like porches or anything, and just kind of enjoy the moonlight. You know, just sit there for a little bit, because you know he'll do anything but go to therapy.
This motherfucker.
And this is one of those things. He'll sit there and this is his form of therapy, really. Yeah. What was the moon phase again? You mentioned earlier. Was it a waning crescent?
Waxing gibbous.
Gibbous. Fuck. Damn, I couldn't have been more wrong if I tried.
It was the opposite of what you said, actually.
Complete opposite. No. Okay. Yeah. The waning gibbous. Crescent's like the
Waxing gibbous.
the sea looking one. Ha, did it.
Yeah!
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Say waxing gibbous.
Waxing gibbous.
Yes.
Like Mr. Miyagi. Yeah, alright, I got you. And yeah, I mean, hey, he's gonna look at his amulet, then he's gonna look up at the moon, and then back at his amulet, and he's sad.
Fuck's sake, Koba. You need therapy, motherfucker.
And he's sad.
And he's
He does this to himself, but yeah,
I
no.
need to fucking draw this
Still.
party is like Mob going, do you ever want to talk about your feelings, Amaya? And Amaya's like, no. And then Kova goes, I'm sad.
I know.
We know go fuck.
Literally, but yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think Cass is gonna like fidget a wee bit. They're looking at the hot springs and then they're looking to see like where Kovak went. And they're gonna just like have a little like double take around to see if anyone is around. And when they see that it's just the party there, they're gonna shift to the wolf form and run down to the beach to do a heckin' exploring. They haven't run in the woods for ages.
Alright.
They need their
Can I go
run.
Crackletooth's eyes are gonna widen as Cass starts taking off, and she like waves an arm, and I don't know if Cassian would see it or if they're just going for it. She'll run a little bit after it, but go, damn it!
Oh,
I wanted to.
I think they will stop. I think they will stop and they'll like turn their head around to look.
She'll
Their
like
tails,
wave
wagging
and
a wee
run
bit.
up and be like, I want to give me a ride.
They're gonna crouch
Maybe, like,
down.
Like
They'll crouch
uppies with her
down.
hand. She'll clamber on.
They're gonna make sure that like Craggletooth is just holding on properly, and then they're just gonna take off running, kicking sand up as they're just running down the beach.
There will be a little shriek that Craggletooth lets out, but then it will change into like a whooping, like woohoo, you know, sort of thing.
Yarr! I think purpose, Cass is gonna just like deliberately like run right past Kovak, sort of to try to scare the shit out of him, but also, you know, just be a shit in general.
It works. What's your AC?
No, they like jump, like they're like running and they like lunge like right past him and just continue to run.
No, I know, I'm kidding. I was just gonna make a bit of he throws one of the smoke grenades. Fireball! No,
Craggletooth will stick her
Doesn't-
tongue out at Kovak as they go past.
it does like sort of scare him out of his sad boy moment. But at least, you know, he's very quick to realize, oh wait, this spectral wolf is, you know, very out of place. It can be no one else other than my friend, and he's going to do that like nervous laugh that you do when you get the shit scared out of you. And wave at them as they run past.
Absolutely.
That's popping and Maya doing.
I'm getting in the gosh darn thingy. I'm getting into the
Yeah.
spring.
And that you will. It's very nice. It's very warm. It's very calming. You have... I don't think the Televines would have ever let you use their amenities knowingly. So this is probably the first time you've been in one of these, if not in a long time.
Yeah, Mop would probably, like, in Dacia, you know, whenever they could leave their post, would just go over to, like, an actual spa, like a staff-run spa,
Mm-hmm.
and be back within the hour.
Yeah. It's very nice. This is the first time you haven't been, like, obligated to do something to be here. And there's no time limit either. Well, there is, but not one that matters. Sorry, I just got reminded of the video of the guy being like, I stayed in a sauna for 100 days and here's what happened. And then it cuts to him like a shell of a human being.
He's just dead. He is dead. Barbecued. Does not exist.
The second that,
So
like, the second that Mop just sits down in the spa, they're just like, fucking fall asleep almost. All that tension just leaves their body.
Yeah, and I think after a bit of time on the sand, Yukovak is going to join in the hot springs. And man, yeah, he kind of has the same like visceral reaction to a just overwhelming comfort
Mm-hmm.
of just catatosis. He can't
scared
move.
him. We scared him into therapy. It worked.
No, he can't move. He's just that happy to be there. He just quietly sits next to, like, a little bit away from Mom, but he looks like he's on cloud 9. Because
Two
he is.
bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're naked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Except, I mean, Kovak is like kind of gay. Anyway,
He's kind of gay.
yeah, a little. But anyways, not important. Kidding. It's very important. It's why he's so miserable all the time.
What?
But
Why is that?
his dead fucking husband, Dust.
I didn't know we had
Like,
one of those.
Hello. That's why I gave you the sheet, bro.
Hey.
I gave you
to
that.
read that shit. Hold on.
It's
To be fair, I
not
didn't-
that. He also has a dead wife too.
Yeah, to be
Oh
fair, I
my
didn't actually
God.
mention. I didn't mention that they were, I didn't mention any
Double
romance in
whammy.
the document. I brought that up later, but yeah, no, the double whammy. But anyway,
My God,
But-
I'm scrolling through our DMs to find out, and I found the fucking what's it called? The all of you with the am I maybe not.
Might be.
maybe not.
It's a shame. It's a shame, Hellwalk. I couldn't trick Craggletooth into taking a bath.
I mean, at least you tried. You're braver than I am.
And Mop will look up at Amaya and wonder what she's doing.
There's a beach. You
Yeah.
said Dust. There's a beach. There's a beach.
There's
Let's
a
go
beach.
to
Yeah,
the
there's a
beach.
beach.
Is there?
There's
There's a
a beach.
beach. All right,
Yeah.
small mind reference, guys. So.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was like a visceral reaction. Continue.
Sorry. C just absolutely just like pulverized. Just took me off guard. Anyways.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, anyways. Amaya's on the beach. She has her feet in the water and she's looking at the coast.
Absolutely. It's very cold. But
It's cold. It is. But it feels a little comfortable and it makes her feel a little bit better after everything.
Reminds her of a heart.
What?
It's
Cold.
cold like her heart.
Oh. Fuck you.
But,
You and your Mr. Krabs son and laugh.
Yeah, no, I think beach is only a little bit away from the hot springs, I think. And I mean, Kovac's not going to be loud. He doesn't know if anyone's in the area, and he'd rather not try. But he's not going to call out. But if Amaya ever does look the same direction as the hot springs, he is going to like raise a hand above his head and give her like a wave.
I think at some point she will look back. And she'll see the two of you guys. And she'll just kind of look. She doesn't respond. But she doesn't give you guys any sort of like curt or negative reaction to it. So
I was gonna say I was expecting
When-
you to say Kovac waves at Amaya and Amaya just flips him off. No, but hey, look, yeah, that's also what Kovac thought would happen. But a win's a win, baby. So he's gonna take that as he leans back into his seat and kind of just quietly murmurs to Mop, "I really don't get her."
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's not someone to get. Sometimes, maybe she has to get us first. Maybe not. Who knows?
It's just
She's. I think she's afraid of something.
who knows? I can't say that I blame her, but it's got to be a little difficult considering the whole Anagaros thing. Especially with where we are as well. You remember, what was it? Where I think her name was Cecilia, was it? The one we were with at one time?
Yes.
Mentioned something about Ard being put in a bit of a shit spot by Anagaros.
Little bit of a pickle.
And didn't end very well. And I just can't help but think that it's a little bit related to everything that we've got going on, considering, leukemia and whatnot. But if I'm to believe her, which I mean, I'm getting better at doing it. she's here under some idea that with us she'll be able to escape the charges of treason, go back to the temple, but and he kind of just sighs. I don't know how to tell her that I don't think that's ever going to happen in a way that isn't going to just devolve into an argument again.
Well, there's one thing I'm certain of.
What's that?
I'm not sure if Amaya's the same as when we met her.
No, probably not. Do you think the Amaya that we first met would have dove into me at flying speed to save me from a big rock?
I think we're growing on her a little bit.
You kind of know.
Even you.
Yeah, at that, the corners of his lips, where his tusks are, kind of just curve upwards. That's a slight bit, maybe a little, but don't. If you tell her I said that, I'll deny it.
Don't worry, I won't tell her anything you see it, I promise. Amaya!
Oh,
I'm not telling her. I'm not telling her anything. Amaya Papaya.
okay.
She's gonna turn around. You call her Papaya, and she has kind of this like deadpan look in the face.
Amaya Papaya. Have you ever been to a spa before?
She's gonna kind of
There's a
look up
bathhouse
in
in
thought.
Dacia.
Is there?
Yeah.
I imagine there's like at least 3, yeah.
Yeah. You don't have
I
to.
mean,
I just
yeah.
want to let you know that it's possible that she could have.
She'll probably like wave her hand a bit. Once, twice.
Well, shoot. Don't you think, you could take a load off?
Sorry, what did you say? I just completely zoned out there.
Wouldn't you like to take a load off? We've been through a lot, even in the past week. Much less, a lot more in the past few months. Month and a half? How long has it been since we started our journey, Dust?
Oh God.
Like a
Let's
few months
see.
at this point, right?
Yeah,
No,
like
certainly
months.
not. Not even months.
Oh.
It would have only
What?
been a month.
Yeah, in terms of like our sessions, yeah, it's been a couple months, but I'd say
Okay.
at the upper end of at the upper limit, it would have been about 1 month that all this shit's happened,
Yeah.
and at least. No, yeah, I mean a month sounds about right to me at least, but I'm also not the DM, so.
From the Forgotten Temples, it would have taken you roughly 2 weeks to get back to Dacia. We're not counting that because that's not when the campaign started, but keep that in mind as well. From Dacia to Nice, that would have taken, I think it was like 1.5 weeks. You did stuff in Nice to finish off. That's about almost 2 weeks, and then it would have been a total of, I want to say 2.5 weeks by the time you got to Sadal. Stayed there for roughly half of a week, I think. Yeah, roughly half of a week.
Yeah.
So that would have been 3 weeks. Followed the river, and then you've been going around North Sadal for about a week, plus 3 days.
Dude, it's been like 2 months.
It's been a month. It's been a month and
been a
a
month.
week, I believe.
Okay.
The most traumatic month and a week that I've ever heard of in my life. Well, okay. Not really, but anyways. It's just, oh, man. I mean, it sucks when you put it into that perspective, doesn't it?
Anyway. Yeah, we've had a very dramatic and traumatic week in a month.
Nods. He nods.
And shoot, I even tried getting Crackletooth to take a bath, but
You really think Craggletooth would want to take a bath?
I tried using language that would disguise the fact that it was a bath. Cassian just doesn't like the idea, I don't think.
Cassian's still running around the beach with Craggletooth.
And she's on
Or
his
just
back,
like,
like,
leans
yeah!
down. Oh yeah, you hear in the background.
They're,
He
like,
just like
they're doing the
In the-
zoomies.
In the background.
Yeah, they're doing wolf zoomies around.
Would you like to join us, my papaya?
Maya's gonna look to. She's gonna look to the two of them. And she's gonna look back out at the ocean. She's gonna realize that her feet are kind of numb. It's kind of cold out. And then she'll just let out a sigh. And then she'll get up. And then she will go join them.
Big,
Absolutely.
big.
You know,
I will note that she is on the other end of the hot spring, though.
yeah.
Yeah, there's like
I mean,
3
hey.
pools. So, like, we could all split up amongst pools.
Yeah. You know, Cassian, you have the opportunity to do
We
the
take wins
funniest
at this
thing
point.
ever.
We take wins when
Yeah.
we get them.
Mm-hmm.
You ever think about how the fact how morbid it is that once you get into a hot spring, it's kind of like you become soup.
What?
You become a soup. You become like a stew.
That's the first thing on your mind, Mop? Not, oh wow, this is so nice.
I did
The
eat
water
dinner.
is so warm.
I did skip dinner a little bit.
Oh
Mm.
fuck.
But the water is very nice.
Cassian has the
I'll just
opportunity
go
to do the funniest thing.
Huh?
Said
No
Cassian
balls.
has the opportunity to do the funniest thing.
You should tell me what the thing is.
I'll just message it to you.
Yeah, go on.
Shenanigans.
It's gonna be in DMs. It is in DMs. Okay, let me see. Okay, I was
I feel
Right,
as though
yeah,
I'm
I-
in danger.
okay. Yeah, I was genuinely thinking about that. Okay. So what's the pool situation? Is there like a free pool?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think Cass is gonna like skid along like the sand as they're like stopping for a moment. They're like kind of out of breath, but then they see that everyone else is in the different like hot springs. And then their eyes are gonna like flicker over to the unoccupied one. And if a wolf could smirk, they absolutely smirk. Their like lip like pulls back. And their like bottom jaw like opens as their like tail starts wagging. And then
What's up, buddy?
their ear like twitches towards Craggletooth, and then they're gonna like full on sprint towards the pool, and they're gonna fucking like throw themselves into it with Craggletooth on their back.
There's a moment, right, where Craggletooth's like, "What is going on?" Right, like, what is this? What this dog doing? And then as soon as they start booking it, if anyone's looking over, there's like a realization on her face, and then like an attempt to push herself off the dog, but by then it's too late. and she's
Cass like fucking somersaults into it.
the next
So
thing you
good.
see from Craggletooth is she just like the top, like her eyes and nose surface, and she just has the most done look on her face, like the most unamused, like this should be on Kovac's face sort of look, you know.
Well, isn't
Perfect.
it relaxing?
Her head like pokes up out of the water, and they're just like grinning.
Oh wow, they actually did it. I
Yeah,
got
they did.
Crackle to take a bath.
Yeah.
I resent that statement.
But isn't it relaxing? Aren't you having fun?
She'll kind of like poke her head out and like kind of sit back and fold her arms and pout. Maybe a little.
Wonderful.
Gummick's gonna
Cass gives a little bark.
Gummick's gonna reach behind him where he like he's the little cape that he or the little poncho type thing that he wears around his neck. You know, he's left it pretty close by. I like to think that he's just gonna pull it up, and is going to like hold it at one part, very conspicuously, and is then gonna wave it at Kragatooth and say, "I've got soap here."
Kovak, if you keep talking, I'm going to throw a fireball at your face.
And he's
And we
going
can-
to just...
And we can see if you still have the soap after that, huh?
He's gonna crack the shits laughing. 'Cause, hey, I don't know if he'd really survive a fireball point blank. He probably could, but he doesn't
Fireball.
want to. Oh, okay. I thought you said ball.
I also
No, I
heard
don't- I don't like
ball.
I get it, but he's still infinitely funny. He's going to toss the poncho in a way that like unfurls it, and nothing comes out from underneath, and he's like, I'm messing with you. No soap.
She sticks her tongue out.
No soap, just steam. Steam and water.
Spite is, I think, what that.
That's-
I think you myth the spite in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's not that S. I think that's a rule of 3. What do they call it? A hat trick? Is that what they call it? I think that's what they call it.
I don't know. Common's not my first language. Don't ask me those questions.
What is your? And then he's like, "Oh, never mind. I'm stupid."
No, she's gonna give Kovak a look and then switch to Goblin as she says, "Wow, Kovak, I wonder what my first language is."
Kovak is going to just say one word in Orcish, and it's just asshole. And then very quickly, very suddenly, he's going to flick his hand and splash water at Graggletooth.
Cassie's
She's
gonna like
gonna-
snap at the water with her teeth.
She's gonna like hiss, like just like an unconscious like hiss and like duck away from the water, and then she's gonna realize what just happened, and she's gonna splash like a wave back over at Kovak.
Yippee! Oh man, actual beach episode.
Yeah.
Huge. What the fuck is that, Dust? What is
that is wow, Kovak. I wonder what my first language is.
Oh, okay, and then hold on, I can do the other one.
So you just heard that, yeah.
There you go.
The S's look like S's.
They do. It's so funny. But yeah, no.
Oh, Shasta died.
Yeah, you know, shit to dead, shit to die.
What did
Devastating.
you just, Ellie? What did you just write?
I don't know. I just like clicked and dragged both the text, and then that just came up.
Oh.
Oh, right, because it probably uses like a
Mm.
different, what's it called? Like a scrambler in the different fonts to
Mhm.
replicate having the.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
Hello, guys. Tavern Cat's here.
Ginger.
Hello.
Are you eating Christmas lights?
No, she's by my heater.
Give her a Christmas light.
Okay.
Well, is there anything any of you wanted to do here at the spas?
He'd just enjoy his time.
No,
Shasta is
Shasta.
Just as dying.
Shut up.
devastating.
Shasta.
No, shit,
Shasta
sir.
might have wanted to do something, knowing Mop, but
Maybe. Lack of
Yeah.
shitza.
A get to know you game.
I think Cass is gonna just like rest their like their massive head like on like the edge of like the bath, and their ears just sort of like flop to the sides, and they close their eyes, and they are relaxed now. They don't have the zoomies anymore.
Yippee.
Amaya's also gonna lean back against the edge of her own little pool, and she's just gonna. I was about to say she's also gonna close her eyes, but I can't fucking do that now, can I?
I wonder
But-
why not.
I think people can see her ears droop, and she clearly looks relaxed.
Yeah.
I think Crackletooth will be like splashing at Kovak when he least expects it. but just like once or twice, and then eventually she too will succumb to the warmth of a hot tub and kind of like settle in, and her you can see like her ears like relax a lot, as well.
Man, our guys needed this.
Dude, yeah. The past month has been actual legitimate hell. Put me in that situation and I'm folding like a goddamn deck of cards. And that's on God.
Deck
But,
of cards, you say?
Get the deck. No, but yeah, and I mean, I think he's also chillaxing, just having a good time, and he's kind of just looking at the rest of the people around him. He remembers the, I guess it's an oath, promise that he made recently in that little caravan shrine, whichever word sounds better. Shrine sounds kind of culty, but anyway. And it's gonna sort of, seeing them this happy, seeing them enjoying their time and everything, it's gonna remind him of why he's in the spot that he's in. Why he's now, even though he didn't really intend for it, he didn't seek it out, but it just happened. He's now a paladin of the Lunanoran sort. But he's intent on making it so that happiness is permanent. And so it fills him with a bit of a conviction. Feeling like he's got another purpose to life. He just had one before, right? And that was icing particular members of the Phi, just obliterating them if he ever found them, right? But now he's got another purpose, and it's making sure these guys see it through.
Mm-hmm.
And if they fall asleep in the hot springs, he'll carry them all. He can, probably. Because,
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like little by little you all will begin to make your way back to the inn. Shasta's dead, I can't believe this.
Shasta! No!
Shasta!
Is it their Wi-Fi or?
Probably, yeah.
It might have been their computer, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, if it was DC'd to the wall, it might take a bit to start up.
Yeah? Well...
It's a good thing, though, that we're really not doing anything mechanically with Fantasy Grounds. We're just switching them.
Oh, no.
Are you gonna open up a map?
No.
You gonna give us a map?
No.
Okay.
As you guys go back to the inn, and you begin to pass out for the night, going to sleep, I want each of you except for Cassian to roll a D100.
Hold on. Yeah.
That tracks.
Wow.
That also tracks. That's really good. Okay.
Holy shit.
All of that actually tracks quite well. Kovac, you just barely beat the initial threshold. Tonight you will not dream. Which is relatively normal, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stark contrast to, like, when things were fresh, since, like, 6 months before, now 7.5 months before all this, he couldn't ever sleep, because it was just nightmares. He's sleeping quite peacefully. No dreams, no nothing. He's chilling.
It's quite nice. Craggletooth. You will not sleep very well. You will have a wonderful night beforehand, but when you go to bed, you have a very, very bad dream. I have a few things in mind. But did you have anything in mind?
Nothing comes to immediately to mind. Like I have vibes, but I want to hear what you have.
Mm-hmm. I think at first you feel yourself rocking slightly back and forth as if you are on a boat. And when you open your eyes, you're running towards the edge of a boat, and you put both of your hands over, and you see as a green hand begins to plummet beneath the surface of the water, and blood pools out from the surface, implying Kovak's death. And how does Craggletooth initially react to this? Just upon seeing this.
It's a lot of mixed feelings. There's a sigh of relief as well as tension in her chest with the fact that, well, she's seeing Kovak dead, right? Because she does really like him, but there's also a lot of other tension that from her shoulders that releases, that she can breathe easy almost.
Mm-hmm. And when the hand fully goes under and you turn around, you see, I believe Nailbiter was her name.
Mm-hmm.
You see her standing there behind you. She's taller than you are, still a goblin. Her clothes are tattered, which is normal. But she looks beat up, and her hands rest to her side. She seems vacant, and she will hold her left hand up to you and show that her ring finger is gone. She will say, "But that's not what happened."
I tried. Craggletooth will go forward, almost reaching for like a hug, but she'll stop herself.
When you go out, she will back up a step.
Craggletooth's hands will fall to her side, and she will kind of hold one of her arms in hers, like kind of one arm at her side, the other holding it, a nervous gesture, and she doesn't quite know what to do or what to say, and so really the only thing she can is say, he went over. I made sure he went over.
Your sister will stare at you with a blank expression. She seems irritated, wordlessly so. You don't know if she believes you, based off of her expression.
I'm trying. I don't know where you are. I'm sorry.
And she will open her mouth, and you will hear the voice of not her own, but names are a bitch, but Daremon's, as she says, or he says, clearly not enough. And you will feel suddenly as the boards of the ship begin to grow rickety and awful, leaks and splinters forming as you are dislodged from the top and thrown into the sea. And you can see her silhouette standing above the water as you begin to sink downwards. And as you
She'll
sink
reach up.
upwards- Yeah.
To try and like extend a hand for something that I'm sure doesn't come, but just trying to make her way back to the surface, whatever she can.
You will fight and struggle to stay above the water, and there is a brief moment where there is a calmness to the sea, and you raise your head above, and that is when you see the rest of your siblings standing on the bow of the broken ship, staring down at you, all with the same face, each of them missing a limb or maybe an eye, or maybe they're just badly bruised or cut up or burnt or injured in some major way, as they all just stare down at you. And I think in that moment you begin to sink.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And then
Okay.
we will move on to Amaya.
Hi.
Amaya, let's see, a 92, that's really good. So you have a really good dream, but I need to determine what that means. Because your dreams are
That's
special.
one of us is having a good dream.
Because your dreams are really cool and special.
Fucking diviner.
Diviner. Let's see, you got a
I
92.
hardly know her.
Go ahead and... Do I want to do something that's gonna rock you? Yeah, I might do something that's gonna rock you.
Oh.
You are laying down in a bed. You are in a small wooden room. There is a dresser across from you with what appears to be a little wood carving of a cat sitting on top of it. You don't recognize the room, but it feels very homely. This is very much lower quality than what you were used to in Dacia. The sun is just about to rise outside. And yeah. I think like that's all I'm going to describe at the moment. You can interact with the space a little bit.
Okay. A tiny room. She's laying in a bed. What does the little wooden cat statue look like?
It just kind of looks like a cat curled up into a little ball. It has a little smile on its face.
Looks like
No.
a certain tavern cat.
Kitty. Amaya's gonna look at the figurine, and then she's gonna look around at the room. It feels warm, and there's not much else other than just the dresser and the bed and a window, right?
There might be a few other little trinkets in here, but none of them are really of note to you. They just feel homely.
Oh, okay. Amaya, there's a door, right?
Yeah, there's a door.
Amaya's gonna walk outside.
You will open the door, and there will be a small hallway. A little to the left and forward, you can hear some light fire burning and the smell of most likely breakfast, hits your nose. To the right, there is a few other doors, probably only one actually, which is cracked open slightly. The lights, well, there's no lights, but no one appears to be in there. You can hear some light murmuring from the other room down to the left where the smell is coming from.
Can I, before I go hear that murmuring, I want Maya to just take a look into the room with the cracked door. She's not going to open it fully, but she just wants to see what's inside.
Of course. As you get closer to it, the door gets taller and taller until you are maybe only a quarter of its size. But you push against it and open it slightly. You walk in. This is a room a bit bigger than yours. A room with a bed, double bed, most likely big enough for 2 people. There is a desk with several writing materials, and this room is very large right now because of how small you are. There's another dresser, perhaps a closet, and another window.
Don't think there's probably anything that Amaya wants to look into, so then she's gonna turn back the other way to the left of where she came from.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna go down the stairs, and I'm presuming that she is small Maya right now.
You didn't notice it at first, but you are
No.
now. You will walk down, just sort of waddling down the stairs. Tiny Maya. Walking past a living room of some kind, making your way into a kitchen, where you will see somebody you don't recognize. They open their mouth to speak, and you can see that their face is smiling, but you don't hear their words.
She's gonna kind of look at them. And she has this kind of big, wide-eyed, confused face on her. And she's gonna kind of flop her head to the side a bit. She's trying to pay attention, and I think she's kind of squinting a little bit. Trying to focus in on what they're saying, but it doesn't quite reach her. She thinks maybe she's still a bit tired. She's gonna ask if they can just speak up a little.
There will be a light chuckle. You can tell from their body movements as they turn to face another way, reaching onto a counter that you can't see the top of, where they will pull out what appears to be just like a small folded up crepe. And they will squat down so that they are just a little bit taller than you. And they will hand it out to you with a smile.
And Maya is... She'll take the crepe. She'll look at it. And she'll just smell it. And immediately, it just smells like the most delicious thing she's ever had. So she picks at a couple of the fruits that are probably on there. And she just looks up. And she smiles. And then she says thank you.
They will smile back at you. And you will watch as their smile stays on their face, but they almost begin to do that chuckling movement again, but it seems less intentional. and then they lurch forward and wrap themselves around you into a very tight hug as they begin to heave slightly.
Oh, what? Okay.
Oh,
well,
man.
As in crying.
Okay. As in crying? Okay.
Yes, like their body just kind of starts
Okay.
heaving a little bit
I thought you were
from
about to say they
crying.
got stabbed or some shit.
So, there's two things right now. Amaya is a very active, small Maya is very active.
Mhm.
Because there's someone that she can't quite put her finger on. She doesn't know who this is. Who's kind of hugging her and kind of laughing and now somewhat crying. But she's tiny, she's small, and she's trying not to drop this crepe. It's really good. So she looks over and she's like she's trying to balance both at the same time. However, she's a child and it's probably not working out very well. She's gonna to poke the person's arm a little. Just ask, "You okay?"
They will pull back a little bit and they will wipe their face, tears staining their cheeks. And they will nod. And they will say something
Can
that you
she-
cannot recognize again.
This person's probably to her height now. Can she recognize or see anything about this? Can she see what they look like, or?
I think roll a history check.
I'm not good at these, actually.
Or maybe...
I mean, kinda.
Okay.
I'm good at these.
We use the 18. I was going to change
Nice.
it to insight purely because... I don't know. Either one of those work well in my eyes, but we'll stick with the history for now. As they pull back and they begin to wipe their face, you kind of feel the edges of their chin with your remaining open hand, and you feel a slight touch of facial hair implying that this is a man. You can recognize... what would you recognize? You definitely don't know who they are from Amaya's perspective, but they feel homely, like everything else here. And they will wipe their tears and lift themselves back up to their full height. And they will say something else at you, and then with a smile, and they will turn back to the kitchen and start to... You know what? I had a golden opportunity, and I forgot to tell you this detail. When you went into the other room with the double bed, the covers were only drawn on one side.
Uh-huh.
That was literally so important, and I did not tell you.
Okay.
The
thumbs up. That probably would not have made a difference, I will be honest.
I know, but that is something that I wanted to tell you, and I just fully forgot. And he will go back to being in the kitchen. And I think this one will be an insight check. Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Oof. I don't think that beats it.
I get it.
As he says something that you cannot quite make out, but you begin to read his lips just a little bit. And I think the only words you can glean from him are, "You remind me."
Okay. This means nothing to a child who's just holding a crepe right now. I will be so honest.
That's true.
She looks over, and probably from this person's perspective, she just gives like a nod, like, uh-huh. And then she's just gonna go back to mindlessly eating the crepe. It tastes so good. She
It
likes
tastes
crepes.
amazing.
But she can't exactly read what he's saying. And she tried asking him to speak out, but it did not help at all, so. At this moment, she thinks maybe she's just tired. And she will ask what this is about another day. Perhaps after she eats a crepe. Whichever comes first.
And so he will wake up much later after enjoying a delicious crepe. Shasta, are you here?
I sure am.
Yeah.
Would you like me to roll a D100 for you?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
Welcome to the Bad Dream Club.
It was a 5. You have a bad dream.
Okay.
You have a nasty, nasty dream.
No!
What? Do you have any ideas on what this dream might be?
More or less, she's back in Tel Aviv Manor. She's working. She's more or less, I don't know, she's trying to get work done, but there's just like this unsettling pressure on her. She feels like she's being watched and judged. And she's working as hard as she can. And it won't go away.
I don't think there's much else beyond that. I think that is the entire dream. You are working and working and working, trying to reduce this stress, this pressure, and it does not go away. And eventually all of you will wake up. And when you wake up, you will hear a knock on the door.
We'll go to answer it.
When you answer it, you will see the veiled priest,
This guy.
who will say,
Good morning.
"Yes, good morning. The preparations are in order. If once you have prepared yourselves for the day, if you are ready."
He kind of looks back at the others to try to gauge, do they look ready?
Well, Cass is already up and awake. They've gotten up to go and see who's at the door, and when they see that it's the priest, they're going to go back and just see if everyone else is awake.
How's Smellmeyer looking?
Normal, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
How is Mob looking?
Mop is, I guess, is it more like a hostel, you said? The room they're in?
That's what I imagined it to be like.
Mop is already up bright and early, cleaning. Even though she definitely does not need to.
And how is Craggletooth looking?
Craggletooth is still kind of in bed. You can see that she's like awake and moving, but she's not sitting up yet, and she's kind of like, for her, what she's doing, she's like rubbing her face to try and clear away the remains of the nightmare, but she's got her back turned, so she has a little bit of privacy with that.
And he's gonna look back at the veiled priest. And he's just going to give a nod in response and say, okay, we'll prepare, make sure that we're all awake, and then we'll be there at some point, maybe towards the middle of the day.
You will
Around
not.
that time, I think.
The trial
Thank you.
should hopefully take no longer than an hour or two.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
They will nod. And so,
I thought for a second you said as the character, I will not. And I was like, oh, no, but they will nod. Okay, gotcha.
And unless there's anything specific any of you would like to do, you will go about your morning routine, some easier than others. And eventually you will get up and go.
Yeah. Kook's gonna armor up the veritable fucking, armory that he is. He's gonna have 4 rapiers in his belt.
True.
Yeah, no, he's ready to go.
Indeed. You all will begin to trudge your way onwards towards the temple with the veiled priest nearby. As you move through the wheat fields, he will speak to you, warning you of, what the trial is actually about, what's to come, reiterating information you already know. And you will get to a stairwell inside the temple as he says, down these stairs is where the trials will begin. They can be dangerous at times. This is all about confronting such things. The first room will be what you have harmed, the things you have broken. So hopefully you might fix it. The second room are those whom you have harmed, who in some way you must move past. For most you must forgive, though that is not always the answer. The final room, you must face the one whom you've harmed the most.
Uh-oh.
If these things, they get too dangerous. And he kind of lowers his voice a little bit. If anyone dies, will you intervene, or are we going to have to push on?
There will be a pause before he will say, the trials of Ard are a trial. While I do not wish for anyone's to come to harm while in here, it would not be wise for me to intervene, nor anyone for that matter.
It's definitely not the response that he was hoping for, but he gives a solemn nod in response. Okay.
That being said, I will make sure that no one interrupts you. Last time we had a group of people come in here, they were attacked by grey priests. We don't even know how they got in. That will not happen again. I promise.
Okay. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And he will leave you. Do you enter down the staircase?
I think Kovak's going to linger in case anyone wants to talk before they go down. But if no one has anything to say per se, he'll probably insist on taking point to lead them down the stairs.
I think Crackletooth is like jumping on the tips of her toes, like cracking her neck, you know, like getting ready, like, all right. We got
Hyping
this,
herself
right?
up for the pregame.
Yeah, exactly.
Big.
All right.
As ready as I'll ever be. Holding back vomit.
Real. Cass visibly looks absolutely downright terrified, and there's a moment where it might seem like they're not gonna go down, but when the others go, they're gonna follow Craggletooth and Kovak.
All right. In that case, you will begin to make your way down the stairs into the darkness. And as you push further and further in, it will begin to grow warm. Slightly warm. And then a little bit hotter and hotter. As you push further, nothing too overbearing, but it definitely works up a bit of a sweat.
Can I make a small point?
Sure.
Starts to get hotter, and Amaya is using her ears to fan herself.
Motherfucker.
That's so funny. That's so silly. And
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
eventually you will find a point where it turns and you will see written on a stone, "I repent by effort for what I have destroyed." And as you turn the corner, all of you step on a large panel of wood and you hear crackling of flame and fire. The wood begins to shift and wobble about before you gather your bearings, and you look beneath you to see you are roughly 500 feet in the air. And across from you is a burning down restaurant.
Oh my god.
And that is where we will end the session for today.
Congratulations,
Wow,
Crackletooth! Congratulations!
Way to go, Craggletooth.
You know, it's okay. I'm actually okay with this. This is not the worst that it could have been.
It's that one image of that little like cartoon character sitting in a room of fire saying this is fine, but it's
Hey, the
Craggletooth.
dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Oh, dude,
Funny.
that was so good. It was so
It's very
good.
good.
Oh,
Over.
I'm so excited. Can it be Saturday tomorrow?
I'm begging you.
Bitch.
I
Maybe
cannot
Saturday
wait for Saturday tomorrow, guys.
I
I
You
can't wait
can.
for Saturday tomorrow.
You can absolutely
We
wait
literally
for Saturday
have-
tomorrow.
We have like 15. Well, you said 30 minutes. 6:30.
We have an hour and a half.
Yeah, we have an hour and a half. Goofy.
Yeah.
We have
we
an hour
do?
and a half.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
time? I thought it was like an
Yeah, I
hour,
thought it was-
and then
I'll tell you what it is
Yeah.
for me, right? So, what the time that I see, right? I see 11:30 a.m., right? With the hammer time, right?
Mhm.
It is almost 10 a.m. for me. We have an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
It's fine.
it's 7:30 my time. About 6:30. No,
Goofy.
5:30 PST.
You are
it's
so-
5:30. Okay, I thought it
You're
was
so
in an hour.
Goofy. Yeah.
Goofy, ah. Goofy, ah.
Right.
End the
Thank you for
stream. I
being
got
here,
bad
Chad.
words to say.
Okay.
Thank you for being here, Jet. Thank you, Jet.
Thank you, Jay.